Live from Los Angeles, welcome Good Morning LaLa, and I'm Dr. Erin.
Hi, I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jessamine Moyer. This is Good Morning LaLa Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Also available on Apple TV and Roku via the EverTalk app.
And it's hashtag Friday Feels. You guys talk about love, dating, relationship, all the above. We're going to talk about the two power positions. No, get your head out of the gutter. Two power positions of the mind for all relationships who come together each day to know the truth, live on spiritual, and align with the universal law, and have lots of coffee.
I love it. Happy Friday, y'all.
Happy Friday, y'all.
Yeah, I've got the hashtag Friday Feels, and I'm so excited to welcome our very special guest to the show today. Good morning, everyone, back in the studio.
Good morning.
Thank
you. Back there. Enough players.
Exactly. Maybe. We're so excited to welcome Jamie Bernadette to the show. She is a horror icon and has a new film release this month, The Furnace. Good morning, Jamie.
Morning.
Happy October. I love a good scary movie in October.
I know, right?
Right? I've got to ask, do you have a favorite horror film?
I do. I love The Descent. Ooh. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen it, but
on Good Morning LaLa Land, we like to know, what's your morning routine? How do you start your day?
I usually start it off just a long walk with my dog.
Boom. Simple.
Yeah, very simple. It's the first
Walk
matter of the day.
Who doesn't love some puppy love?
Yes.
Right. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Maxine Smith is in the house. She has got her art exhibit opening at the Skidmore Contemporary Art Gallery this weekend. Good morning, Maxine.
Good morning.
So how does an artist like you start her day? What's your morning routine?
Actually, I start my day the same way every day. I say a little prayer, and the prayer is just about the blessing of life.
Oh.
I'm so happy to be alive.
That's wonderful.
Wow, love that. I'm gonna start today with prayer. Usually we end it with prayer. I remember as kids, we'd always end our night with prayer, right?
Right,
Started with
as
prayer.
I
It was
lay me
great.
down to sleep.
Yes, that was literally the prayer. We used to, yes, yeah.
Well, thank you for being with us, Maxine. We're excited to talk to you more later in the show.
Looking
We're
forward.
welcoming Christy Huggerstad with her book, Beneath the Surface. She is the grief girl. Good morning, Christy.
Good morning.
So what's your morning routine? How do you start your day?
Well, I start my day really, really early. I wake up about 4:15, not by choice. My cat pounces on my head at that time. So I get up out of bed, I feed the cat, I get some coffee, open up the blinds and just enjoy the beautiful view. And I actually lay there for about an hour before I actually get the courage to get up. And I just set positive intentions for the day by repeating all kinds of really positive affirmations.
Oh, I love it. I have to say, waking up at 4:15, you meet people that you would never otherwise meet. I'll tell you right now. I met some folks this morning at 4:15. It was mind-blowing, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's not the best crowd at that hour, that's for sure.
Coming home from the clubs.
Coming home from the clubs, yeah, and other things.
Well, we're still raising our glass with Imperial Royale this morning. Doug Jeffrey is in the house. Good morning, Doug.
Good morning, everybody.
So how does a tequila entrepreneur like you start his day? What's your morning routine?
I am up very early, 4 a.m., have my cup of coffee, and kind of plan my day. See what I'm going to conquer next.
I know tequila went so well with coffee.
Got to try it. It's a lovely, lovely match.
Well, thanks for being with us. Jordan is in the house. She is the founder of Mine, Not Yours. That's right. We're talking loungewear, by the way. Good morning.
Good morning.
So how do you start your day? What's your morning routine?
My dog also wakes me up, digs into my head, and I usually do the coffee first and then go for the walk with them, and then we'll lay for about an hour and just hang before I have to start my day.
Sounds like a very nice, mellow morning.
It is a very mellow morning,
Yeah. But then that's something more you've got to take care of.
right?
That's the thing, yeah.
Well, thank you for being with us. Joe Martin
Thank you.
is in the house, friend of our special friend, Lisa Liu, and the founder of Boxy Charm. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning.
So how does an entrepreneur start like you start his day? What's your morning routine?
So I don't wake up at 4 a.m. like you guys. I'm not sure what's going on. I wake up at 5, but first thing I do is I gotta take a 15-minute shower, relax myself, and then brush my teeth, and then after that, every day is just different.
Well, you're why we have the water shortage in Los Angeles.
I live in Miami, so it got nothing to do with me.
Well, we're so excited to welcome the gluten-free baking queen to the show. Good morning, Dina.
Good morning.
So how do you start your day? What's your morning routine?
Sure. It's more so that I have a 7-year-old alarm clock and a 3-year-old alarm clock. My two boys, they come and it's like a horror movie every day. I'm like, I can feel someone breathing on me. So then I have to take an espresso shot, and then I have to get them ready for school. And then I'm just like running around in the city before 7:30 in beautiful Manhattan traffic. So it's not relaxing like everyone else. I wish I could just take a walk. That would be really nice.
The real living alarm clocks are so much more reliable than like the Timex versions.
It's true, it's not true.
Absolutely. Sam Littlefield is in the house, hot of CW's Batwoman. Good morning, Sam.
Hello.
Congratulations on the launch of this highly anticipated series.
Oh, thank you.
So how does an actor like you start his day? What's your morning routine?
I actually started just this past year incorporating like an actual morning routine. This guy that I met in Florida told me the importance of it, and so I started doing it. But I wake up, I make coffee, I have a couple of Spotify channels that I listen to, and then I do like 20 minutes of writing. And then I might take a minute to just a quiet time, meditation or whatever, and then I go about my day.
I love it. What do you write about lately?
Well, I write screenplays. I also journal. Whatever I feel like on that day.
Best part about being an adult. Write about what you want.
Adulting.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you all so much for being with us today. We look forward to continuing the conversation with each of you later in the show.
Oh, I love it. I do have to say, this morning, I really did run into a guy at like 4:15, 4:30 on the way to the gym. And the guy's like, hey, what time is it? And I'm like, it's 4:30. And he's like, 4:30? I'm like, yeah, 4:30. And he's like, afternoon or morning? No, and I was like, bro, are you okay? Like it's dark, it's pitch dark. It's definitely the morning. It's definitely not the afternoon. Oh, it was sad.
Rob, you got to be careful when you are out in the streets at this ungodly hour.
It's true. It's true. You meet so interesting people at that hour.
You wake up at stupid o'clock.
Stupid o'clock.
Stupid o'clock.
That was the funniest, by the way. I'm going to guest say that. That was awesome.
So it's Friday, what are you guys doing for the weekend?
Yeah, I don't know. You tell us. What are we doing this weekend?
I'm going to go see Gemini Man. I'm really excited about that. As a Gemini woman, as soon as I saw those billboards, obviously starring Will Smith, I was super psyched for that. Ang Lee, Academy Award-winning director. So I'm going to go there with little friends and family at Paramount. That'll be really fun. And otherwise, playing October.
Yes.
I love the fall season. A little homemade apple cider is in store. Maybe one of Jamie's scary movies.
I love it. I need to finish these books, for sure.
Yeah.
That's top. I'm trying to avoid meetings on the weekend. But it's a little bit of a challenge, right?
I know, it's really
Yeah, it's like,
I'll
that's
do
the
it
only...
over and then, why did I schedule a meeting?
I know.
It's really hard to balance personal relationships, on the topic of Friday Feels, with work. I don't know if either of you struggle with that, but so many people in my life have come to me very recently and said, oh, so all you do is work, huh?
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I guess so. Right? But I love what I do. It's really hard for me to just kind of create that space and balance.
It is so true.
I think you train people though. My friends have gotten used to it. They're like, I know you're really busy, but can we get together like in a couple of weeks? You know what I mean? Like they know that like they got upset for a while and they're like, oh, okay, this is your life. So if I see you, it's like on a rare occasion. Okay.
I love that. That works.
Yeah.
It's either that or I want to start a new policy where I just charge people for the meeting. And that way, makes them very sure that they want to actually meet.
But you know what I've realized though is that my friends then make assumptions that I'm too busy, or guys will be like, oh, I didn't want to ask you out. I figured you had a red carpet in our event, so why would you go out with me on a Friday? Well, ask.
Yeah.
Don't forget to extend the invitation, even if you assume that the girl is too busy or the guy is too busy for you. They do want to carve out time in your life.
That's a great point, Jess. I love that point. Yeah.
I don't want to sit at home and feel left out.
Not to me.
I want
It's a really good point, though.
So today we talk about dating, love, and relationship. It doesn't matter if you're married, not married, single. All of life is a relationship. So there's two power positions in mind of basically getting to a place where you're using your mind for good.
Yes.
So I'm sure there's an infinite amount.
Sure.
But
But there's two for today.
two for today.
Okay. Yeah. What are these two power positions?
Two is one to see everyone as the miracle that they are. So I've been to the place where I've made people wrong and done all that stuff. So basically seeing everybody for the miracle that they are and or not settling, which means, basically it means how do we direct our energy in all relationship to never ever focus on and entangle in what we don't want, just basically seeing you as perfection or just keep moving on.
Yeah, it's such a good point. Sometimes I think there's really only a couple paths to like sanity, or like happiness, and one is to like accept what's happening and love it. Accept it and hating it isn't part of the sanity deal, right? Or change it or leave it. And it's like those 4 options.
That's it.
Yeah, and only 3 of them are workable and make sense. But it's a great point. I love this. And you know, one of the things that we do know from positive psychology is that, you know, in order to have a happy relationship, you absolutely have to focus on the happiest aspects in the other person, yourself, and the relationship at all. It's impossible to have a happy relationship while you're focusing on all the problems.
Just FYI.
It just seems so obvious, but how many of us do that?
Well, you know what I realized that I was doing in my personal relationships is that I was obsessing with the way I assumed that they would react towards my behavior. And I took that responsibility on myself. Rather than focusing on what was wrong with them, I didn't do that. I was really highly focused on what I didn't want them to think was wrong with me.
Yeah.
And that caused a huge disconnect, and I wasn't reaching out as much, and I wasn't being as vulnerable or as open because I was afraid of the reaction they would have, not because of what was wrong with them, but what was wrong with me.
Yeah, so then you get sucked into this like people-pleasing
Oh,
experience, right?
completely. Nobody's
Yeah.
surprised about that.
Yeah. There's one of my favorite expressions is a great quote, and I don't remember exactly who said it, but the idea essentially is that if you trim yourself to suit everybody else's needs, you quickly whittle yourself down to nothing. Right? And it's so true, and it happens so quickly and easily.
And we think often like how we should view somebody as a miracle. We all should not put ourselves in an environment where we're not conceived as a miracle. So Steve Owens sent me a great article this morning on a watch, and it's a little quick story about a really old watch. It was from their grandfather, and he goes to his son, he goes, take this watch and go see how much money we could get for it. He goes to this one like watch store, they go, we'll give you $5 for it. He comes back and goes, Dad, it's only worth $5. He goes, no, go see your friends. One of your friends will buy it for some money. He goes to his friends, they'll only give me $5, Dad. Sorry, it's worth nothing. He goes, no, trust me, keep trying to sell this thing. So he goes to a museum, he hands it to them, they said they'll buy it for $1 million.
Wow.
And he goes, because the point is that
It's like suckers.
the point is that go where people value you.
Yeah.
If you're not being valued over here, you will be valued somewhere.
Yes.
So go where you're valued.
It's such a great point. I mean, it does often take genius to recognize genius. And that's why you see some of the greatest discoveries, some of the greatest pieces of art, they're not really recognized for what they are until the artist dies or the musician dies. And then 100 years later, like, oh my goodness, how did we miss this person, this project, this business that was just extraordinary?
Well, we're all inviting more geniuses into our life, so
We
they
are.
recognize the genius in us.
I love that.
Right?
Yes.
So speaking of time, we don't have a lot. So let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to our amazing guests about how they are creating lives that they love. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk. I'm Jessica Moyer, the co-founder and host of EverTalk TV, and I am thrilled to introduce you to America's first live video streaming talk show network.
I'm so excited to be here on the couch with all you amazing people. I'm just in complete awe. Thank you.
Happy to be here. And for those who don't know what goes on, this is a big old, there's a lot going on here. You do this every day.
Live.
God bless you guys. I mean, people, there's a lot going on.
Thank you for having me. This is an awesome studio.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
I feel that, actually. I can feel that.
How exciting Motivation Monday. And the guests this morning have been incredible.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with you.
And we have Rachel Boston, who is in The Last Bridesmaid on Hallmark. It actually is dropping tomorrow, the 22nd, right?
It is. Tomorrow night's our premiere.
Woo!
Congratulations! I am so excited to welcome Jason and Ashley Waller to the show. Congratulations on the new beginnings. We're so excited for the premiere on MTV tonight.
Thank you guys. We appreciate it. Thank you.
The book is actually being shipped out today. It published this week.
What? Congratulations.
You guys are the first show that I've actually done talking about the book.
I think this is my first time my book's been up on TV. This is awesome.
Our friends at Universal Pictures have a special delivery for us this morning from a tethered himself. Have you seen the film Us by Academy Award winner Jordan Peele?
You know, I'm sitting here next to you guys, and it's just like, this is a powerful moment for me. Like, you know, I'm humbled by it because it's like I'm sharing this movie with you guys, and you know, it's moving for me.
What are you most grateful for today?
I am so grateful to be here and to have the opportunity to be with all these wonderful, badass boss babes and with all of you. And it's just a wonderful opportunity to share the positive messages out in the world because I think the world really needs it right now.
What we've done and thanking me for the contribution we're making to their lives.
Oh,
and I thought,
nice. That's
this
great.
is what my purpose is. This is why I was born.
Now,
Show the camera.
up to you to choose the winner. Is it Annie? Is it Haley?
That's why I like this show. You know, years ago I did the Dinah Show, which is Dinah Shore, and it was a daytime show. And it was kind of like this. It was just like very up, and it was all positive stuff. They didn't bring negative stuff to the audience. And that's why I feel with this show. It's very relaxed. You know, it's very professional, but it's quite a bit of fun.
You can binge watch and binge watch.
You can binge watch.
And you can binge watch, or you can binge watch. Please binge watch.
You can binge watch and binge them on EverTalk TV. Thanks for coming. Bye.
First TV experience. I'm so happy I did it with you.
That will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere on EverTalk TV, your home for talk. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. Nothing will give you the hashtag Friday feels better than a little tequila. Doug Jeffrey is in the house. He is the founder of Imperial Riel.
Nice, you got it.
Thank
you.
you.
Gotta roll that tongue.
So tell us, what's the story behind the name?
Royal Empire.
That's it.
Royal Empire.
Okay,
That's it.
there you go. But why did you pick Royal Empire? Is that what you're building with this?
I am a co-founder of this. My partner, business partner, Rafael Loza, from Mexico, born and raised, tequila connoisseur, knows every little detail, every little nuance, every note of what makes a great tequila.
So what makes this a great tequila?
It's special, just from the design. As you can see, here's the bottle, finished bottle with a beautiful wrap, the armor.
The armor.
The armor, it's wrapped. You're gonna see this thing, it's gonna be up on a shelf, you're gonna go, wow. And the wooden, the beginning stages of it, from concept to the finished product.
So that's what they started with.
This was just an idea. It was came up and said, I want to make something special, something different, and all hand carved.
So, I mean, people are raving addicts of tequila. You have tequila people that have rooms in their house that is every single tequila bottle, and they know everything about tequila. What makes this tequila special? Obviously, the beautiful packaging. But
The heart and soul of this story, there's 1,000 tequila brands and counting. Every day, another celebrity, everybody was going to attach themselves to a tequila. And what makes Imperial Riel different is, it's the passion, it's the love of tequila, of the process of making tequila. It's not you drink something, oh, I like that, that tastes good.
But take us there.
Isn't it about like how old the plant is?
Well, blue agave, roughly 7 years to harvest. Then from harvesting it to getting just the heart all the way down to cooking it in the brick ovens, to how it's mashed, how it's distilled. I mean, it really is a wonderful experience, a process. And if you are into tequila, this isn't a tequila that you're going to put a mixer with. This is a tequila that you're going to sip. It's premium. You want to get all those notes, the aroma, the finish with tequila.
So take us to the place. Where are these agave plants? Your partner in Mexico. I mean, how did you connect and decide, okay, I'm going to be in the tequila business?
Well, as I said, my partner, Rafael Loza, we're also partners in 41 Sets. We're a production design company. We design and build for television. That's what we do. It's a creative force. So he became my partner 5 years ago. He brought this passion to me. This is his child birth to what he loves. He's from there. This is what he knows. And I looked at him like, wow, that's amazing. And when someone feels that, you see it in their eyes, they have such dedication and belief in what they're doing. We joined forces and we
it's contagious, isn't it?
It really is.
Love it.
So what took this from an idea to the reality that it is today? What was the hardest part of making this happen?
Just really, once again, part of the the R&D, the research and development. This was made by his uncle, a jeweler.
Wow.
All handcrafted. And then it went from how do we, as you can see, it's a little bit different from the finished product, but just the ability to make that, mass produce it. So, so many obstacles, so many hurdles to get over to really create that, not only, it's when you buy something, it's what it looks like, how it feels. I mean, if you lift that bottle up, it's got weight, it's got substance
to it. Experience.
It's the experience, not just what you put in your mouth.
I'm judging this tequila by its armor.
That's what it is.
Thank you. Like a spicy margarita. So, but I don't want to make that into a spicy margarita because it tastes too good. So you would only want to sip it.
Yeah, you want to sip it.
Well, thank you so much for your insight,
Thank you,
sharing this
guys.
great tequila with us. Please tell everyone where they can find, follow, and get
ImperialReal.com. It will be launched March of 2020. Yeah, you guys will have to come and we can all taste.
The intel.
Won't be early in the morning.
We're
though.
dying. We're going to try it before then, just a little.
There we go.
It is
Give me
actually
coffee.
Friday Feels after all. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more. You watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk. EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. On Friday Feels, we're talking all about dating, love, and relationships. And I don't know if you ever had like a favorite t-shirt or a favorite pillow or something, and you're like, that's mine and not yours to your partner. Well, this is a genius little brand right here. Mine, not yours, Jordan Wilner. Thank you so much for being here. Tell us a little bit about these cozy, cute little loungewear.
Super cozy. So my aunt and I started Mine, Not Yours last year. It was more around the Me Too movement. It's kind of like girl power, what's mine is not yours. And we really wanted to just champion and rally and stand behind like all generations of women who've decided that time's up. The message is what's mine is not yours without permission. So we started this loungewear line after that. It is so cozy, it's so loungy and soft, and I was telling her Friday feels, Monday mood, treat yourself Tuesday, workout Wednesday. It's so cute. So
And it's so soft.
it's so soft. I actually brought you each one.
Oh, thank you.
It's girl power.
Awesome. We love it.
Right?
We love it. We're all about that.
You can have one of the bags.
That's yours. Not
Mine.
mine.
Super cute
But
too.
it's super soft, and
It is.
we are also doing, you can see it says mine kind of slashed across the chest because it's mine, and around the butt it's not yours unless you ask for permission. And we also have kids who are like, this is mine, don't take it, but they're sisters, so it works out for all sorts of different ways. And we have loungewear, so it's sweatpants, shorts, pullovers, hoodies, shirts, and all LA made.
Right. So on Friday we talk a lot about dating, love, and relationship and love.
Yeah.
What made you love doing this? What made you how to do
So it actually started with this cosmetic bag. My aunt and I made this cosmetic bag just because it was cute and cheeky, and we ended up with an idea around, we realized that everyone has a story to tell, and everyone's women, us, we have just stories that we want to share. We went downtown, everything is LA. We found a mill downtown, we got the fabric, like this is so soft. We're calling it schmumpy. It's just schmumpy, cozy. It's perfect for the fall season. You want to just like cuddle up in it.
You're
It's
Jewish. You're definitely Jewish.
How can you tell?
That's such a Jewish thing. Okay.
So we went downtown, we picked out the fabric, we designed everything in our office in Santa Monica. We have our cut and sew team in LA as well. And it's just girl power. So my best friends are models, my best girlfriend is our social girl. It's just girls helping girls, supporting girls. And yeah, it's just super yummy. And honestly, I would have brought in all of our other loungy wear, but we're launching tomorrow at Fred Siegel in Malibu. So they have our inventory.
Oh, wow.
So you all should try and
Super
come
exciting.
by.
I mean, we have to mention though too,
Yes.
Fred Siegel is an iconic place
Yeah, it's
in
yummy,
Los Angeles.
yummy material.
Well, yeah, it's schmumpy, but Fred Siegel is a place where they curate some of the best brands, the best brands that really become pop culture icons, if you will, and really staples not only in the West Coast fashion scene, but across the world.
Right.
So congratulations.
Thanks.
Right.
Really awesome.
It is like curating the best, like the people too.
Oh yeah.
Right. All the people
Super
behind the
excited.
brands and like
it's
all
it's very girly, but it's very Malibu. So I think
It's very
it's
Malibu.
gonna be a fun event. We're gonna have a hot chocolate bar for the fall season.
nice.
We're all have
Nice.
fun toppings and cookies and milk and a DJ, and we're gonna be giving these bags away full of really fun goodies. We're not telling anyone what we're putting inside them, but we have a number. It's 888-111, and if you text mine to the number, we're gonna give like a sneak peek of all the fun things. We're calling it our cozy kit. So we have a lot of fun stuff in there, and you'll get the invite. It's tomorrow from 12 to 3. It's gonna be a blast. So we're
really
super
cute.
excited.
Well, congratulations. Please tell
Thank
everyone
you.
where they can find and follow
Yes,
Mine Not
so
Yours.
our website is www.minenotyours.com, and so our social handle is @minenotyours_USA.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Thank
Stay
you
tuned
so
back for
much.
more Good Morning LaLa.
Thank you.
Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
Hi everybody, I am so excited to have with me today Amanda Schoen, creator of Rivers 8, a luxury travel accessory line for those who crave luxury without cruelty. My next guest is Missy Reeves. You guys may know and love Missy from her very long career as Jennifer Horton on Days of Our Lives. Dan Holtz is a dear friend, co-founder of Beverly Hills Rejuvenation Center, and is known as the wellness expert to the stars.
EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV. Live from Los Angeles. Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are beyond honored to welcome Maxine Smith to the show. She is a iconic contemporary artist and has a great gallery opening this weekend at the Skidmore Contemporary Art Gallery. Tell us a little bit about what you're showing.
What I'm showing, this exhibit is called Wives and Lovers, and it's about the wives and lovers of famous artists such as Matisse, Picasso, Chagall, let's see who, Klimt, Sheila.
And there's something very interesting and powerful about these women who really lived outside the societal lines and boundaries. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Absolutely. You know, I think I grew up in the age of innocence, and history must repeat itself because there was a freedom during that period from, I'd say, 1918 to 1930, and probably beyond, where these women lived their lives very powerfully. They were the women behind these men in terms of, the men were the artists, but these women all had careers. They all had lovers. It was just very interesting, the freedom. One of the artists that I represented, Leonora Feeney, was a surrealist. She had a romance with Max Ernst. Max Ernst later married Peggy Guggenheim, who I also depicted in this exhibit. Leonora Feeney, talk about somebody who lived their life. She was known to go out on occasion in a white feathered coat with nothing under it and a pair of white boots. I'm sorry, hello.
I would love
Friday
that.
Feels, you know, we're all about it.
We actually have a look at some of the pieces that are going to be shown. We'd love for you to tell us a little bit about each one of these.
Well, that's Leonora in her white feathered coat. Yeah. Of course, I do stylized portraits, so it never really is a photograph of someone. That woman is Emilie Flaugier, and she was the lover and companion of Klimt. That's Peggy Guggenheim, who has her own museum.
So trendy with her coat.
Well, she wasn't wearing that, but she is now.
When do you remember falling in love and sort of developing a fascination for these wives and mothers of artists?
You know, it's funny. I was looking at an art auction catalog, and there was a picture of Alice B. Toklas and Gertrude Stein. Gertrude Stein, a famous writer. And looking at the two of them, I wondered, what was that relationship all about? And that's actually how I got started, because I first wanted to look into them and what they were about. And then after that, I went sailing. That was it.
Wow.
Who's been kind of the muse behind your art?
The muse. Well, in terms of artists that I really adore, is that what you're reacting to? I would say Chaim Soutine and Matisse, and well, there were so many. But we'll stop there.
It's like choosing your favorite organ.
That's exactly.
It's so beautiful. Art is, I mean, I think it's a beautiful thing because before we even had television or media, it was the way that we express it. We tell stories through art. So what is I mean, obviously you are really telling the story of their adventure of their life or the empowerment, or what is the biggest takeaway from the story?
I would say women, empowerment, and the lives they lived and the freedom that they were able to.
And do you feel like you're doing that?
I'm hopefully doing that.
Well, you're looking pretty spunky. You got some beautiful jewelry on.
Thank you.
I love your hair and those sunglasses. You're amazing.
So sweet.
So tell people where they can find and see your art.
Absolutely. It's the Skidmore Contemporary Gallery at the Bergamot Station, and the address is 2525 Michigan Avenue. My website is maxinesmithart.com. Instagram, Maxine Smith Art. And that should take you there.
There you go.
That should
Thank
do
you
it.
so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
That's one thing. When my husband and I, we were both like very depressed, but one thing that's helped us like kind of recover, snap out of it, was to make the decision to go out and carry on her legacy and trying to help the rest of the world. In fact, my husband, he goes to work, he has a desk. One pile of papers, he says, makes money. The other one, big pile of papers, saves lives. So he took the one pile of papers and gave it to his top executives, said, you run the company. My mission in life is to go out and save lives.
I love
So that's what we're doing now.
And the way that you're actively getting in there. Like it's not you're not just at, but you putting yourself out there and the husband, going to DC, doing this thing. It's like you're actually getting in the trenches, and that's important.
EverTalk is #community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. And on Friday Feels, it's all about dating, love, and relationship. And one of the things that we love to do is go to movie night, right?
Yes.
So if you are a lover of movies and you like a little thriller, a little action, Jamie Bernadette's in the house. You have the new film called The Furnace. It's a thriller. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's actually a faith-based inspirational drama.
Yeah, it's thrilling though. I watched the trailer.
It
Woo,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. There's some intense moments for sure.
So tell us a little bit about that and the character you play, because really it's that toughest race that really brings out that faith, right? Can you speak to that a little bit?
Well, I play a runner who loses the use of one of her lungs and loses her husband in a car accident. And she and her husband had planned to run this ultra marathon in Africa. And her doctor said that she would never run again. And then she meets another doctor who happens to be from Africa, and she ends up running the race by herself. So, with everything she's lost in her life, she loses hope, her faith. And so through this race, she just may get that back. You'll have to watch and see.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at the trailer for The Furnace.
Okay.
Yeah?
Winning Powerball ticket?
No, 2 tickets to Africa for both of us.
Africa?
The Furnace. It's a race, 150 miles across the biggest animal reserve in the world. You run with buffaloes, lions, elephants, rhinos,
Leopards. The big five,
Why are you here?
I need you to help me prepare.
You're gonna have to acquire a whole new set of survival skills. You have to learn how to survive on 20 hours of sleep in a week of running. You're gonna have to learn how to balance your water intake with the amount of weight you can carry. You're gonna have to get through this on 25,000 calories just to survive. And then, of course, there's the heat. Getting lost, eaten by a wild animal in the bush. I mean, do you really, really want this? Are you ready for that?
That sounds awesome.
That's amazing.
I gotta say, I'm a runner. That did not sound like something I could do. Just fantastic. How did the script find you, or how'd you find the script?
Actually, a producer found me, Sam. He watched one of my movies and was like, she's our Mary. I have no idea. He was in South Africa, why he picked me out of everyone in the world that they could have picked. I mean, they have an amazing director, Daryl Root, an Oscar-nominated director, so I don't know. It's a good question.
Wow. Have you ever been really backed up against the wall, like in a similar situation within the movie where you're really challenged around your hope and really in a place where life challenges you?
Sounds like my whole life, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Like people ask me how I prepared for this. I'm like, I think my whole life I've been preparing for this. So yeah, it's a challenging life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read on your IMDb, you quoted, "Don't give up on your dreams for a transitory moment of comfort."
Wow.
So what allows you to not give up, to not stop in the face of rejection, personally?
Well, I mean, I believe in a purpose-driven life, basically. I believe that you spend most of your time at work, so you might as well spend it doing something that you love if most of your life is spent at work. So, and for me, materialistic things never took a priority. You know, I struggled early on in my career, but for me, having a big house and a fancy car never mattered. It was more my art form.
And despite the struggles, though, you've really made a name for yourself in Hollywood. You are an iconic actress. What is it that you really want to be known for, though, Jamie?
I'd like to move people, inspire them. You know, like this film, The Furnace, I think it has the potential to change people's lives, honestly. Like, people just cry their eyes out every single time when they see it. I have people telling me, and someone watched it recently, a good friend, she said she watched it again within 24 hours.
Wow.
So I think this is the type of film that can change lives, and that's really what I would love to do with my art.
You can certainly see why they chose you for the film.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, please tell everyone where they can find and follow not only your personal journey, but see the film when it comes out October 14th.
Okay, yes, the film comes out on October 15th on video on demand. They're starting out on Amazon, and if you don't have access to Amazon, you can see it on explorationfilms.com. And then it's being released in 90 foreign territories and in theaters in South Africa where we made the film.
Wow, amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow. Good morning, LaLa. Can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
So I like to ask all my guests, and just tell me what first thing that comes to your mind, don't overthink it, is what's your golden secret?
My golden secret, other than using the Youth Beauty golden secret face oil.
Check.
Yeah, that was a hashtag not sponsored ad. They say to throw your hat over the fence and then go get it. And for me, that's been, you know, whether I've been ready, whether I think I'm ready, whether I've prepared, done all my research, I'm, you know, in this perfect position to do something. I'm never that. So I just throw my hat over the fence and then I figure out a way to go get it. I live my life knowing that I'm capable of choosing what I'm doing and what my life looks like.
I think that might be one of my favorite golden secrets so far.
Really? EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere. And EverTalk TV, your home for talk. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa, and I'm really excited for this next conversation because it's incredibly important. We're talking Friday Feels and creating a life that you love. That also means coping, and coping in a healthy way. Chrissy Hugstead, the author of Beneath the Surface, is with us, and we're really discussing teens, coping with crisis.
Yeah, you know, our teens today are growing up in such a difficult time. All the different issues that they face, the cyberbullying, the bullying, the self-harm, substance abuse, peer pressure, academic pressure, parental pressure, self-pressure. So they have so many different issues now with technology, and it's a really tough time for them. And that's why the teen suicide, it's epidemic now.
So Christy, I don't know if you're comfortable talking about your own personal
Absolutely.
story about what happened with your husband, but tell us a little bit about what brought you to this mission, huge mission you have.
Actually, exactly 7 years ago, my husband completed suicide by train in Dana Point where we lived. And the extra trauma to it is that his father was on the train that he ran in front of. So, you know, I knew that he had to be so mentally ill and have so much major depression to be at that point that he would do something, number one, so violent and so final. So I thought to myself, what am I going to do with this pain? You know, I have two choices. I can either be a victim of my pain, or I can make a difference and get out there and do something to help other people so that nobody has to go through that period of darkness and depression that I went through. And that starts by abolishing the stigma of mental illness, because that's what's going on in our culture right now. We are so stigmatized that it's not okay to have depression or any other kind of mental illness, so we don't get help. And that's exactly what happened to my husband. He didn't reach out because he was 54 and this big, strong guy. And I think he felt like, if I reach out, I'm admitting I'm weak, and I wasn't brought up like that. I wasn't brought up as a young boy to show emotions.
Right.
Yeah, so that's why I thought, to get rid of that stigma, we need to start young. And it needs to start with our teens. And we need to normalize conversations, right?
I just love that point. Of course, I struggled with suicidal ideation for a long time. It's why I do the work that I do now. And one of the things I discovered in the process is that, mental health is really a spectrum, and there are degrees, and that we all suffer in some ways with mental illness, even though it might not be considered clinical, because at some point, psychologists and scientists draw a line in the sand and say, this is mental health, and this is mental illness. But really, it's an somewhat arbitrary line, and it's very fuzzy, right? So we all sort of struggle and have had our own experiences with different degrees of mental illness.
Everybody does. That's the part of being human, right? But the important thing is, and that's what I really stress in my book, you need to know what to look for. Like Rob, you said that you struggled with depression. If the people around you were recognizing those signs, like I didn't recognize in my husband, the isolation, the withdrawal, the talk of suicide, the change in sleeping and eating patterns, they were all there, waving in front of me. And the risk factors, he had 2 grandmothers who had a suicide attempt. So there's a genetic component too. So that's why I thought, let's change this culture and let's start raising our kids with the fact that your mental, emotional health should be discussed just like your physical health, and make it okay. So when they are struggling, they'll say, what? They'll tell an adult they trust, and they'll say, I need some help.
How do we really create that safe space, especially for teenagers? Because so many times they don't want, not only not to tell, but to tell an adult. So they'll tell other teenagers. There were kids in my high school who committed suicide, and they told other friends, but the friends were too afraid to tell an adult.
And that's exactly what I say in my book. That is not the time to keep a secret, because that person's life is at stake. So even if your friend swears you to secrecy, tell an adult you trust. And another important thing too is I'm big on saying, we need to start the conversation. We need to normalize conversations about mental health. But what I'm finding is, and I'm a credentialed health teacher, right? And when I go to schools and I talk to kids, and to the teachers and the administrators, they're saying, we're so glad you're here because we don't know how to start those conversations. So it's one thing for me to come out and say, we need to talk about this, start the conversations. But what I'm realizing is how.
Exactly.
Right? It's tough, and it's taboo for a lot of people. So at the end of my book, I made questions for each teen issue. So you can sit down with your teens, or teachers can use it as a lesson plan and say, okay, let's open the conversation and let's go over these questions. So I think the important thing is to have follow through, and instead of just saying, let's start that conversation, here's how to do that.
I love that.
No, I'm just wondering, when's the line between just having a conversation versus taking someone and getting them into a facility? Because and knowing as a doctor of divinity and realizing the subconscious mind, there's neurological pathways and things that can get so bad that you can't just talk yourself out of depression. Sometimes you need help. You need medical help sometimes.
Well, exactly. And when all those risk factors are there and those warning signs, and it doesn't have to be every single one of them that I list in my book, but when they are at a point where that depression and that darkness doesn't lift for weeks on end, that's a serious issue. And there's a point where you need to ask the most difficult questions, which would be, have you ever thought of taking your life, and do you have a plan? And at that point, and at that point, if they do have those ongoing thoughts and they have a plan, that's when you take them in and get them help.
Thank you so much for sharing this light and guidance with us. We really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Please tell everyone where they can find and follow and get more information.
At my website, at thegriefgirl.com.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for having me.
Warren. Good morning, LaLa. Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
To have 5 people that are the wind beneath your wings and in creating your legacy.
Wow. Wow. That is...
They can be living or past.
I know. This is like
I don't want to cry. Like seriously, it's like when you
Tears of joy.
Like no, it's like you feel it right here. It's like oh man, this is really tough for me. I had to say, you know, Elaine McMahon, Elaine Howard, Pam Howard, Michael Jackson, Joseph Jackson, my mother. I mean, they're really important to me, and they protect me, and they kept me safe.
EverTalk is hashtag community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. And on Friday Feels, it's all about love. And we love unboxing and all the boxes, the rage right now, right? So Joe Martin is in the house. He's the CEO of BoxyCharm. What is BoxyCharm?
So BoxyCharm, actually, this is the box. It's a monthly beauty subscription box. But it's more than a box, it's more of a club membership. Those who join understand that. We place products that sells in department stores, makeup related, skincare and so on, brands that you know, brands that we're going to introduce you to, and we basically sell it for $25 a month. The value is always over $125 value, so it's like a great proposition, and that's what it is.
Subscription boxes are all the rage. We know that from skincare to fashion, but what makes BoxyCharm especially unique?
Well, we were the first one to come with full size. Prior to BoxyCharm, everything was sample size, something you'll get as a free sample, and they just packaged that and sold that. And I saw an opportunity to put out there in the hands of consumers a full size product that you can have a perceived value, but you can get full experience out of the product. Mm-hmm. And it really took off. I mean, we started in 2014, and it just skyrocketed since then. Today we have millions of people following us, and boxes are basically helping brands trend themselves, placing in their products.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Well, Good Morning LaLa is a lot about consciousness and the mindset behind things and kind of making our lives that we love. So what do you think you can teach people out of this product and out of your adventures and journey of the mindset or consciousness that you've had to have to get where you are?
Well, I would always say go and do it. Just don't think about what if. Just go and do it and let yourself fail, because if you don't fail, you're never going to make it anywhere. Yes, you will make mistakes. It will happen. But do it now and don't do it in 10 years because you didn't take a leap of faith on yourself.
So is there some kind of like, because I'm concerned, like so many boxes, right? We have a lot of concerns of like just plain devil's advocate for a minute for like the environment and for all the products out there. How are you guys being conscious in this
Well, that's
product?
recyclable material. That's one thing.
Cool.
So the second thing is, I mean, look, you're an entrepreneur and you start a company. You don't really see the path all the way through. You start a business and you see a need in the market. You fall in love with your consumer and you can say, I can cater for that consumer. And you find out that consumer likes it, and before you know it, you ship 1 million boxes a month. And then you said, well, can we go and make sure that the box is not going to be a box within a box? Can you reduce the carton board? Can you go and actually make sure it's recyclable? So that's where we are today. So there is a lot of corporate responsibility.
And it's full of beautiful things.
Yes.
Iconic lip gloss, I'm feeling very charmed, the Illuminati blender sponge. Gotta love this. So please, Joe, tell everyone where they can follow BoxyCharm and order their own.
BoxyCharm.com, or if you go on our Instagram, it's Boxy, BOXY, and then Charm. And that's where we are. You can go and see what we do, take a look at the site, and join the community.
Nice.
Thank you so much, Joe.
Thank you for having me.
Stay tuned. We'll be back more on Good Morning LaLa Land. Watch the stories of people changing the world. EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk.
Tell me where I'm holding. If you could describe the legacy you want to leave behind in a couple of words, what would it be?
You know, the person who made a massive dent in the world of loneliness. You know, it's the #1 health epidemic that we're facing in the world today. It's the #1 predictor of our mortality. It's more likely to kill you than smoking, heart disease, traffic, the flu, sitting. And if I can make a dent in the world of loneliness, then that to me is everything.
Aw, I love your message and I love your story. And for you guys out there, go download Hey Vina. It's really, really remarkable. I downloaded it. They ask questions that actually help target who you're looking for and who you're looking to network with and become friends with. Thank you. If you like this, please share it, please comment it, and thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
EverTalk is #community powered, so we are excited to offer you a free 30-day subscription to explore the talk shows that will bring you timeless entertainment and evergreen conversations that will inspire, uplift, and empower you anytime, anywhere at EverTalk TV. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa, and I am so excited to welcome Sam Littlefield to the show. He is hot off the CW's hit and highly anticipated series, Batwoman. Sam, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you.
So we know you as a filmmaker, as an actor, but now on Batwoman. Tell us a little bit about your experience and why you chose to really pursue this project.
Well, I mean, they chose me more than more than anything, but it's an opportunity to be a part of the DC universe, which is so exciting. And to be kind of, I mean, it's television history. It's the first openly gay superhero.
And that's amazing.
It's
That's
really
incredible.
I mean, when you think about, like, you know, little kids growing up who are gay, having a role model on television that they can tune into every week, that's never been done before.
This is huge.
Yeah.
Really big. And we're, you know, the show's really about overcoming our trials and tribulation and the consciousness that it takes to, you know, persevere. And I know that the, you know, gay community has withstood a lot of craziness. And so what is your personal journey in what have you had to overcome to come where you're at?
Well, I mean, growing up, I grew up as a Mormon in Utah.
Wow,
Yeah, I myself am gay. And coming out, learning to sort of accept myself in this world and in this industry.
So was there a moment, you know, I think that people like to get a visual like moment of where you were when you said, I have to come out of the closet, or I have to live my truth, or whatever that is?
I mean, it's more of a progression. I think it takes time. I think it's a personal, individual, your relationships with people, telling them in the right time when it does feel authentic and right for you. Learning to accept yourself. Don't we all kind of go through that?
Absolutely.
in our own way.
How'd you do that? I think that's so interesting, and I think it's so critical, just to living a happy life, but also a successful one. How did you come to that place where you fully, deeply accepted yourself and said, "Hey, this is who I am, and I love who I am, and I'm going to, sort of be fully expressed"?
I mean, I feel like that's a daily journey.
Every day, right? Yeah. That's how you wake up that day.
Yeah. No, but I think, I mean, in my art and in my expression, learning to bring myself more fully into everything that I do, with as much authenticity as I possibly can. This industry is so full of images that you're faced all the time, trying to live up to something. But to actually, enter into a space where you can fully embrace yourself and celebrate yourself, I think is a cool thing to strive for.
Sam, so now that you're in that space and you've had the success here in La La Land and Hollywood, what do you wish you would have known? What would you tell that child in Utah?
You're enough, you're enough, and you have stories to tell, and you're worth being loved, I guess.
And your stories continue.
Yeah.
You've got another film coming out in December.
Mother's Little Helpers. I'm so excited about this film. Kestrin Pantera, our director, brought all of us on board. The most incredible group of women. I can't speak highly enough about these women that I did this film with. We all co-wrote and co-produced it. We made it in less than a week.
Wow.
And it opened at South by Southwest, went to Outfest. Now it's doing this awesome, crazy film festival tour. And it just got distribution and it should be coming out at the beginning of next year.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Well, we're really excited for you and to continue to follow your journey. Please tell everyone where they can follow you, and of course, catch Batwoman.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, I guess, the Sam. Batwoman's on CW, and anything else?
That's everything.
I did it.
You did it. You remembered it all.
Thank you, Sam. We'll be back tomorrow. Good morning, La La Land. Where can you watch the stories of people changing the world? EverTalk TV, the Netflix of talk. I'm Jez Moyer, the co-founder and host of EverTalk TV, and I am thrilled to introduce you to America's first live video streaming talk show network.
We all crave connection.
I'm a big fan of videoing a podcast.
The impact that I'm having people on a podcast is I'm having more impact on those people than I ever did in news.
We want to be heard, but we also need to listen.
Podcasts. I understand they are red hot.
It's actually remarkable how scary to me podcasting is. Everybody should have a podcast.
I really wondered why. I mean, we've been doing this for 12 years. Nobody has done this in other arenas.
We have to change the conversation to happiness over financial success. It was like, we have to. We have to.
Honestly, it was meeting new people who had already heard about what we have done and thanking me for the contribution we're making to their lives.
Oh,
And I thought,
nice. That's
this
great.
is what my purpose is. This is why I was born.
Yeah.
I think this is my first time my book's been up on TV. This is awesome.
You can binge watch and binge watch.
You can binge watch.
And you can binge watch. Binge watch. You can binge watch. Please binge watch.
You can binge watch and binge them on EverTalk TV. Thanks for coming. Bye.
Entertainment that will inspire, uplift, and empower you. Anytime, anywhere on EverTalk TV, your home for talk.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La. And on Friday, it's all about love. And if you love some cooking, you want to talk to Miss Squad. Webb is in the house.
Yes.
You are amazing. You've done so many things. You've gone Bravo on Married to Med, is that
Yes.
right? You're a talk show host, you're a chef, you're an entrepreneur, brand ambassador for BCBG.
Obviously an author.
And cookbook author.
Yes. I couldn't help it. I just had to do it. This is a passion project for me. It was some ups and downs with it. It took about 2 years. And I always make sure that I say that because I don't want people to think because she has all these platforms that she can just wake up and say, you know what, tomorrow I think I'll have a cookbook, and there it is. It wasn't like that at all. I actually had some challenges with the first literary agent, who was amazing. He birthed like 320,000 authors, but somewhere when it came to me, he just didn't know how to package me, right? So that was devastating. But, you know, I got up, dusted my stuff off again, and we got back to it. Got a new literary agent who really spent the time to get to know me. And here we go. You know, it's here now. We launched it May 7th. In New York at the Barnes & Noble there, and it's been doing phenomenal on Amazon, so I'm really happy to have it.
Well, and there's some phenomenal like fall recipes,
God,
good for
yes.
game day
Yes,
cooking. Can you
yes,
share with us
yes,
maybe a few of
yes.
your favorites?
Absolutely. So I'm a Southern girl. You know, of course you can't hear that. But I'm from Memphis, actually, and so I have a nice short rib in there that's absolutely amazing. I'm falling off the bones. I'm really hungry right now.
Making us hungry now.
Right, exactly. And then for holidays, so we know we have Thanksgiving coming up and Christmas. Now we get tired of the basic turkey and dressing, but I have a seafood dressing here. So we have lobster, we have shrimp, we have oysters.
Oysters.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, mouth is watering.
Definitely chose the right career.
Yeah,
clearly.
exactly.
We can tell that you don't love life at all.
I mean, you know, who wants life?
So, like, have you always been this passionate?
Yes, I've always had, you know, the energy that God has blessed me with. I'm very happy because it allows a lot of people to migrate to me. I never meet a stranger, and I always want to see the best in everyone. So often, you know, I put the love out there first. I just hope that it's returned. So it's kind of been like who I am my entire life.
It's interesting, though, you mentioned seeing the best in everyone.
Yes,
Because you live a very public life.
Oh, I do. My God. What was I thinking?
So people not only see the best of your life,
Yes.
but some of the biggest trials.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So how do you really navigate that with, you know, being so vulnerable?
Yeah, it's really tough, and it's tough, you know, when you are in, you know, certain environments, you know, i.e. reality TV. We know that that's kind of confrontational television. You know, they like to say it's confrontation resolved, but there's never really much resolution.
That's why you have it. Yeah.
Stop anything on those shows.
That's how you get the next episode, the next season.
That's how you get the
Unresolved.
next season. Unresolved. And so it's very challenging because, you know, often, you know, you may have something very personal that you're going through and you don't mind sharing. You just want to share it on your own terms at your own time. And in reality TV, a lot of people don't do that, especially when they're, you know, not interesting. What they do, you know, they'll bring your stuff to the forefront to get in the mix, but then meanwhile, they have all their trash in the back. And so it's tough. And, you know, recently I went through a divorce, and it was actually on television. It was very trying. It was a very trying time. And I had people even judging me in the midst of that. You know, I remember one of the girls called me and said, well, why did I have to she called me and said, why did I have to find out that you filed for divorce on the internet? And I didn't know that I owed her that. In fact, I don't think I didn't know that I owed her my business. I didn't know that she purchased it. I guess she could go and purchase it. I don't know.
But go find that check
This
somewhere.
is great
Exactly.
because we're talking about the power positions of in relationship and how to keep your mind right. So how do you do that? Because someone who's in reality, you got people judgment all over.
Yeah, of course.
How do you keep it right?
Grace. Just try to be as gracious as you possibly can. I think for me, I always try to put someone else in my shoes. And so or put myself in their shoes. So I wouldn't want to do something to someone that I would want to have done to myself. And although a lot of things have been done to me on Married to Medicine, it's been years before I actually opened up and told the truth about those individuals who was causing the hurt and pain in my direction. So
interesting.
It's tough. Just try to be gracious.
Love that. I love that. Have there been any models or sort of, I guess, role models for you, or mentors, or folks that inspire you to continue being this incredible?
All the time. I'm super inspired, even on my talk show, Sister Circle. I mean, it's a place where you can go to be motivated, educated, entertained, and inspired. And I think we work on that every single day. A lot of times people say women can't work together. Well, we're 4 women that work together. And so I'm inspired by each of my co-hosts, Trina Braxton, Selena Johnson, Rashawn Ali, overly amazing women, boss chicks of their very own, great mothers, great wives, and just being able to foresee yourself where you want to be, you know? And I think that when we stop growing and there's no more change in our lives, then we're dead. We're just a walking dead. And so we should always be just thriving and trying and striving to be our very best.
So what are you striving for right now? What's changing? What's next?
Oh, you know what? Just happiness. Complete and total happiness is where I am right now. Like I said, it was very dark for me like a year ago, honestly speaking. And now it's like a phoenix rising from the ashes. I feel you know, liberated. I really do. And I just want to be happy. I want to give love and be love, and I want that to radiate. That's the biggest thing that I'm striving for.
And eat a lot of great food.
And making sure I keep my waistline down.
You look good, girl.
Thank you so much.
Really
You too. I appreciate that.
Please tell everyone where they can find and follow you, and of course get your cookbook.
Oh, absolutely. So you can find my cookbook anywhere fine books are sold. So that's Amazon, Books a Millions, Barnes & Noble, all of the above. And you can follow me, please. Why don't you? It's very exciting on my page. At Absolutely Quad. That's Absolutely Quad on all social media platforms. And I'd like to thank you for having me so much.
Thank you, Quad. Stay tuned. We'll be back more on Good Morning La La Land.
I'm sitting here next to you guys, and it's just like, this is a powerful moment for me. Like, you know, I'm humbled by it, because it's like I'm sharing this movie with you guys, and you know, it's moving for me.
What are you most grateful for today?
I am so grateful to be here and to have the opportunity to be with all these wonderful, badass boss babes and with all of you. And it's just a wonderful opportunity to share the positive messages out in the world, because I think the world really needs it right now.
What we've done
and thanking me for the contribution we're making to their lives.
Oh,
and I thought,
nice. That's
this
great.
is what my purpose is. This is why I was born. Now,
show it off.
up to you to choose the winner. Is it Annie? Is it Haley?
That's why I like this show. You know, years ago I did the Dinah Show, which is Dinah Shore, and it was a daytime show. And it was kind of like this. And it was just like very up, and it was all positive stuff. They didn't bring negative stuff to the audience. And that's why I feel with this show. It's very relaxed. You know, it's very professional, but it's quite a bit of fun.
You can binge watch and binge watch.
You can binge watch.
And you can binge watch, or you can binge watch. Please binge watch.
You can binge watch and binge them on EverTalk TV. Thanks for coming. Bye.
First TV experience. I'm so happy I did it with you.
Uplift and empower you anytime, anywhere on EverTalk TV, your home for talk. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa. And this hashtag Friday Feels, we've got it all guilt-free. That's right, the founder of Goodies is with us. Thank you so much, Dina Kareem, for being with us and all of these guilt-free, gluten-free goodies.
It seems impossible.
It was in the beginning, actually. Yes, it was. But I use sunflower seed flour, I use almond flour, I use sugar, alternatives, and I made it possible.
So when did you recognize the need for this in your own life?
Oh, so I had my first son in 2012. And then the year after, I was like, gosh, I'm just like, I don't feel good. And I was under 30 at that time. I was like, what's wrong? And I realized diabetes runs in my family. So I was like, let me eliminate sugar. But I still wanted it. So I started to do,
part of the problem,
yeah,
right?
That was a problem.
Yeah.
So I started to do research, and I found these great alternatives. And, I realized what keto was like before it became this wonderful trend. I'm very happy about it. And I just started baking in my kitchen.
Wow.
Just incredible.
So tell us about what we have here.
Sure. So this is the sunflower seed-based muffin mix. It's a base mix, so you can make it sweet or savory. These are my brownies. They're actually my best sellers. We have a sugar-free cookie, the chocolate chip cookie, which was my first mix that I ever released, and my yellow cake, because I'm from Texas originally, and yellow cake is essential.
Which one is your favorite, though? Your favorite?
Right. If you like chocolate, it's definitely the brownies, but I love the sugar cookie in the morning.
Let me share this
I
with
want the sugar cookie.
I think I'll have all of it.
Sugar cookie or the yellow cake. If you want something a bit savory, then the muffins will probably be your go-to.
Wow, really good.
Tell us a little bit about your journey as an entrepreneur. Where are these products sold?
Sure. So on my website, gooddees.com, I'm a bestseller on Amazon. I have all my mixes on there. I'm on Amazon UK. I'm in a lot of small stores. I have a store locator. And I'm in 2 big retailers in Canada. So we're expanding. I'm expanding to Latin America now. So I'm in a lot of supermarkets in Puerto Rico. I'm launching in the Dominican Republic and in Panama.
Wow.
It's almost too good to be true. What's been the most rewarding part of this sugar-free journey for you?
Oh, well, I think just having my boys see me doing this every day, and like my little sons are like very excited about it, and my 7-year-old, even though it's embarrassing in New York, he goes, "My mom's famous." I was like, "Don't say that. I'm not. I promise you."
Is there a recipe that your kids enjoy the most?
Yes, they love the brownie, and they actually love the chocolate chip. The muffins, they like it when I make it savory. I have recipes on my website, so I like to add za'atar. I'm originally Lebanese. Za'atar, mozzarella cheese, and olive oil, and they just they gobble it up. That's their favorite.
Great job.
So I have a question. I know it's an over-asked question,
No,
really,
go
but it's
ahead.
an important one, which is how do you balance all of this? How do you do the business and the kids?
I don't
and life?
sleep.
Yeah,
I'm a really bad sleeper.
Oh, really?
I am, and I wish that's something I need to focus on. I just don't sleep, but I just too excited. Like I want to be with my kids all the time, and that's why I started the company. And then I want to do this all the time, and so I actually brought them with me to California.
Yeah.
They're at the hotel with my husband because I just want them with me all the time.
Oh,
and I know people are like, you should learn how to. I was like, no, it's okay.
It's working for you.
Yes.
Clearly.
We'll see.
It's
Hopefully I
a
don't fall down.
family business. And maple syrup as well?
I just released maple syrup, and I think we have some pancakes here, but I brought mixes for everyone, so for you to try and take home. But the maple syrup is something I just launched, and I'm super excited about it. I'm really proud of that. It took me forever to make, so I actually did all the research and development. I'm the main person who makes all the mixes, so
wow.
I'm very passionate about it. I can tell you everything that's in it.
Tested by you and yours truly.
Yes.
Oh, that's absolutely incredible.
Great
Thank
work.
you for
Thank
sharing
you.
this with us. I think we even got some pancakes. Our producer wants
Wow.
us to. It's coming in hot over here.
What? Yes.
Pancakes. Oh,
So
wow.
if you want to drizzle some of the maple syrup and give
I'm
it.
still eating
give
the
me-
cookies.
Apparently you're a magician too, because you made those appear out of nowhere.
Oh, I will
Pretty incredible.
definitely enjoy this stack after the show. Please tell everyone where they can find, follow, and get these incredible recipes.
Thank
and
you.
products.
I'm on Instagram, Goodies Mix. I'm on goodies.com with the store locator, Amazon.com, Amazon Canada, Amazon UK, and in select stores in Latin America.
They're really good.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Really good.
I appreciate
Well,
it.
We are Good Morning LaLa, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you live Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Also available on Apple TV and Roku. All of today's interviews are on podcast and iTunes. Whole show is streaming on EverTalk.
That's right. We're waking up the world together, you guys. Have a great Friday. Hopefully you're going to do stuff with people you love, doing what you love for the weekend. Have a great one.
Keep it sweet with goodies.